Welcome to Lead. Have you ever been to a place where it was an opportunity to engage, maybe a concert or maybe a ball game, but there were some people, or it could be a comedian, but there were some people that were just sitting there, kind of arms crossed, looking around. It's almost as though they didn't fit. And I think that when it comes to the next cultural element, we'll talk to you about elevation. I think that many times that's the way this works. We'll talk today about participatory services. We have worship experiences here. It's what the name we use for our times together, for our weekly services, and we just believe that it's a culture of participation. That another way we could say it is engagement. That when people come in, there will be people maybe that fold their arms. There may be people that are quiet, but they're kind of checking us out and leaning into it. But for people that call this their home, for leaders, for staff, for people that are on the team, well, we just know that you're going to participate and that's contagious. It's contagious. I've watched when you see somebody taking notes, well, people look around and they think, maybe I should take notes too. Or they see people standing, well, maybe I should stand too. Or they see a big majority of people and they're all clapping and singing. Well, that's contagious. We do things on purpose. We make it a little louder. We make it a little darker on purpose. If everybody sees you, well, sometimes you're timid and people don't want to sing. Or if people can hear their own voice, well, then they are a little afraid to sing maybe. But when you remove those, well, it gives them an opportunity to do it. And the other thing we do is we exhibit, display our participation as a team in worship, in the Word. I tell people, my preaching, I'm okay with it being a little interactive. I don't want you to stop and ask me 10 questions in the middle of my sermon, but I'm okay with an amen. That didn't scare me. Or, preach it or whatever that is. And especially seeing what you can get out of this, right? Engaging. Sometimes people are leaning forward. Sometimes people may clap. Sometimes people may say something, a word of affirmation or confirmation that they got that. Well, that's good stuff. It's participation. And we believe as a value that it should be participatory. More than one time I've had a friend of mine, come here, different friends, and they'll say this to me, wow, the people here really sing the songs. Well, that's what worship is. The people here are really engaged. Well, that's what worship is. And so by participatory, I mean this, that you're going to engage in the experience. When we're having a worship experience, you're engaged. You're engaged. You're there to receive, to experience all that God is doing. And that means this, a lot of times I see Christians, and it seems like the Christian world is many times late, last, and lost. And we're flipping the tables on that and saying, no, we're going to participate. We're going to be engaged. And if there's an event coming, I want to know what it is. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be engaged. I'm going to know what's going on. Somebody asks me, I've been paying attention. I can tell you what it is. I'm talking about us together. That needs to be where we're at. Participatory services. That I'm not in there lost, wondering what's going on. I'm not daydreaming about next week or trying to write my grocery list or text all my friends about what our dinner plans are, our lunch plans are. I'm participating in what's happening. And we all have to lead in that. And as we lead in it, again, it's contagious. And people come along as we lead. I can't imagine on that day and that time when we stand before the throne of God and everybody's worshiping, that somebody's going to be like, well, I'm not really into it. We're all going to be into it. That's what we do now. Our worship now, right? The same Lord, the King of Kings, Lord of Lords that we're worshiping, that we'll worship then, we're worshiping now. Participate. When you're involved and engaged in worship activity, in the Word, in prayer, and the elements that happen in a service or in the ongoings of the church, I want to tell you, it says a lot about you, and it speaks volumes to others that this is something that we ought to jump into. If there's a social media post and you see it, share it, comment on it. Go at it and participating, because you're going to impact others. Be an influencer with your participation. And I will tell you, it'll make all the difference in this new year.